Hello, this is the return leg. So I picked up everything that I need to. And right, so I'm in the process of sewing, but I've just popped out to the shop to pick up some items to ensure I won't need to go out, for my sister kind of thing. Anyways, so to entertain myself while I work through the night, I'm listening to YouTube documentaries, or biographies. So I've finished listening to one on Joe Meek, one on Brian Epstein, manager of the Beatles, and I'm now in the process of I've paused it, listening to one on Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who apparently inspired Elvis, black woman. And I left off at the point where she's left her husband who was abusive. So she's like in the church, left the husband who's abusive. And now she is singing in the Cotton Club, secular music. And I've made a post on Facebook earlier today about the problem with Christians and religious people in general. How they seem to have the idea that God's only desire is to make them holy, while they sit on their backsides judging people. So if I can, I will clip it, the part where the people speaking in the documentary, or I'll just post the whole link, the whole biography to Facebook. So I'm at the point, I was laughing actually, where they're talking about how the people in the church turned against her and were very disappointed because she was singing secular music. And at one point they describe Sister Rosetta Tharpe as loving Jesus and loving the nightlife, which is quite hilarious actually, because one of my posts today I wrote about actually no, it wasn't that. It was alright, so I didn't come from that perspective. This dumbass just on a motorcycle. I'm at the crossing and he's decided to continue and he's looking at me, so it's like a stare down. Alright, so basically I'm obviously everybody knows I'm into music and clubbing and all this thing. And if I could have one desire, it would be to stay here on this earth while everybody goes to heaven, as they suppose, because, if the type of people who think they're going to heaven are going to be in heaven, that's not the kind of place that I would desire to go, because I'd be bored out of my skull. But all that aside, I thought I related somewhat heavily to this woman having a foot in both camps. Because what people don't realize is, it's sort of like, it's not about going to church and sitting on your backside and feigning, and it is feigning holiness or righteousness. It's about actually putting in the hard yards. I don't want to keep using myself as the example here, but I could be out partying and, put off the deadline to the customer, come up with some excuse or other. I could be doing anything really. But I'm out shopping so my sister doesn't lie in the bed and starve, or sit there starving, and I'm saying, oh, be patient, let me just finish what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's about doing. It's not about going and sitting and warming the bench and clapping your hands and praising God. It's about getting off your ass and actually doing something. So, I mean, what I didn't say in the post, because I can't always say anything in the written form, what I didn't actually say is that religion makes people very ugly from the perspective, like I said, they're judging this woman, and it's like, were any of them giving her money to feed herself? Right? She's left her husband and pretty much in a situation where, what do I do now? So she decides she can sing, she can play instruments, so she decides to go into the club to earn money. Why didn't those church people support her and say, no, Sister Rosetta, don't do that, we'll support you? They didn't. Right, so I go back to the situation here with my sister. Where are they? You know, from time to time we sit there and we laugh. I point at her and I'll say, where are all these Christians who are supposed to be doing God's work? And she'll say, I don't know. Right? But she doesn't say it like that. That's just me doing one of my voices. You know, so that was just an observation. So I'm going back to continue watching this. But that woman could play a guitar. Like I said, she inspired Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry and other people like this. Woman was ahead of her time. And she came out of the church. So, and like I said, people are judging her because that's what they do. So anyway, let me go back and do my work. Take care. Bye-bye.